But
Plus,
how do
I
you know
feel
you have
like
a future with someone?
that's what you need to be telling us from a man's perspective. How do you know? Now it's time for me to talk about debts. Like, how far have you gone? Do you think of marrying this woman?
Is there like a certain point at which you feel I can be vulnerable enough?
Yeah.
Is it on the first date? Is it on the first week? Is it the first year? I mean, at what point? Hi guys, we are the Fun
Investors.
So welcome to our channel. On today's episode, we'll talk about the 5 essential habits for a healthy dating relationship. You could have carried baggage, financial baggage from different things, either from how you've seen your parents bringing you up, you could have watched it in a movie or a romantic movie, you could have actually picked it up, as you went through life. And so you find that people come into relationships with financial baggage. One person can be a spendthrift, the other person can be a miser. And so when they come in, they collide. How do you handle with, such collisions? So basically today we just want to unpack that and see what does financial baggage look like and how do we handle that when we see it. So I think I'll revert to my panelists today. And so Brenda, what do you think? What's one of the first things we can look at?
I think one of the most essential habits in a dating relationship is talking about money. What is money to you as an individual in this relationship? What are your values? What are your goals? Be open about money. Have an open communication so that you can build trust amongst each other. Also, let's say in a dating relationship, people still find it hard because they feel like money is such a sensitive case. Like Esther mentioned, some people are misers, some people are spendthrifts. This is a situation where you've come together. So you have to have a middle ground and you have to compromise in order for you to balance your finances. By open communication, you also need to even conduct weekly meetings like, what did you purchase? How much did you spend this week? It's important to just know where you are financially. Be open about what you earn if you can. And if you feel like the relationship is not going anywhere far, it's still starting, you don't have to disclose what you're earning. Yeah. But it's good to just talk about it. Just understand what everyone's goal is and just know how you can blend in together and make it a habit. Like, just be open about money generally. I think that's a very essential habit.
Yeah, it is. Actually, the whole idea of being vulnerable enough to share and say, this is where I see myself 10 years from now. This is what I want to do. These are my goals, so that both of you are able to help each other work towards your financial goals. Yeah. So definitely it's important to talk about money. Yeah.
Very open.
Yeah. What do you think about this, Gladys?
I actually think as you're talking about money, you should also include fun in it, in the sense that you should have fun as you're discussing your money relationship in your relationship. In the sense that you shouldn't be uptight and think that somebody should do something and somebody else is not supposed to do something. In the sense that you can do small things like go on picnics, make burgers, take a Masai shuka and go Tandika it in Uhuru Park and enjoy yourselves, take a soda and enjoy yourself easily. Yeah. Something else that you can actually do is probably buy a movie and watch it in the house. You don't have to go to the cinema to actually do it. And also just have fun around it all the way.
Yeah, I mean, even walking, just taking a walk in the estate, it looks like we have lost the touch of personal time and spending time with one another.
We just
quality time. Yeah, that's actually the word, quality time.
Quality time?
You can also, in addition to her point, you can also check out, like, on Pinterest or Google, like just Google 10, 15 free dates to go on, and some of these points will come up there. It will also give you the creativity on how to do it and the budget on how to do it. 90% of them tend to be free. So just to her point.
Yeah, in short, you don't need to break a bank for you to have fun.
Have fun in a relationship. That's really, it's a good point.
Mugambi, what do you think?
My thoughts are, when you discuss money openly, you get to understand the strength of your partner, so that in the event that he is not able or she is not able to deliver on some things, then you get to understand from where she or he comes from.
Yeah.
Because most of the times we may be we may have so much expectations from a person, and yet that is not coming from them. And what happens? Just start to be wrangles amongst the two of you.
Yeah.
And
That's true.
that can break up the relationship.
Yeah.
So
it's just
it's
because you
very
don't
careful.
understand each other. Yeah.
And I think another point is that debt is a very sensitive thing that you need to discuss with your partner when in a relationship. It is very difficult for a man, I may say, because I'm a guy, to openly tell your partner, I owe this much to this bank or to this person. But I believe you need to entrust your partner with your financial baggage, so that in the event that there is any issue, she is aware. So that you don't overburden yourself. If she is able to assist on one or the other, she can be able to do that.
Let me
So,
ask you,
yes,
like,
Michaela.
when would you think is the best time for that question to be asked about debt? Like, if you're 2 months into a relationship, 5 months, like if we're dating and
Is it on the first date? Is that okay? Do you have a held loan? Tell me now.
When do you start saying, you know what, my guy is on loan, so I'm not able to do so much.
I think men, sometimes we are very conservative. We may not want to discuss our own financial baggages, in the sense that you don't want this lady to leave you because you have financial burden. So you want to be that person who has money, who is doing everything, but at the end of the day, you are suffering from inside. So I think it is very good to be open. Just say it. Yes. And if it's a person who is meant to stay, she'll stay. So don't hide that thing, because it will affect your future moving forward.
I think you should come at a point where you're both comfortable with each other, and you're free in the sense that you're willing to share that much about yourself in regards to your
like you see a future or something.
Exactly.
But
Plus,
how do you
I
know
feel
you have
like
a future with someone?
that's what you need to be telling us from a man's perspective. How do you know now it's time for me to talk about debts? Like, how far have you gone? Do you think of marrying this woman?
Is there like a certain point at which you feel I
You feel
can
like
be
there's a certain
vulnerable
point.
enough?
Yeah.
Is it on the first date? Is it on the first week? Is it the first year? I mean, at what point?
Right. Maybe what I can say from my own point of view, we perceive things differently. And remember, you need to understand, why are you in this relationship in the first place? Are you in for it, or you just there? If it's a long-term thing that we're thinking about, it is good for you to discuss with your partner everything. Just be open. Can be after maybe 3 months, maybe after 6 months, but if you're committing to this relationship, let your partner know everything about you.
I think that's really
important. And I also have this, if I would say it, I'd say that as a partner in a relationship, you also want to be more alert to what's happening. So as you go out on a date, how is your partner behaving? You know, are they gambling? Do they? You can tell these things. Actually, the person doesn't have to confess and say, "I am a gambler." You know, but then you can tell. You know, you can tell how their spending habits are.
Fidgeting for their wallet.
You can
Suddenly
kind
the
of
TM
tell.
has an issue.
Exactly. And
That's where the communication is important.
So you also want to check for those telltale signs and ask yourself, is this something you want to commit to? You know, are you ready to live with somebody who's a spendthrift? Are you ready to live with somebody who's a miser? You know, so just being careful and watching out on that. So maybe another point on the essential habits in a dating relationship, which is a difficult one to talk about. Pretty difficult. It's actually who pays the bills. And I tell you, I'm under fire here. You don't know it.
Just tell us.
But you know, I think I was brought up in this period where we grew up, you know, reading all these fairy tale stories of Cinderellas and, you know, all these fairy tale stories of this damsel in distress, and there's this guy who'd come valiantly, a knight in shining armor, and he'd come to save the day. And so, you know, you grow up thinking that, hey, there's this role, a manly role in a relationship. But in this day and age, we also have to be aware that finances are different. You find that the ladies are earning more than the men. You find that jobs are hard to come about. Unemployment rates are high. So does that mean you cannot have a relationship in such times? I would say let's have those open discussions right from the word go. Are we going to split the bill 50-50? Are we going to have the man take it all up? Or are we going to be creative, just as, you know, Gladys is saying, and just going on picnics that don't cost too much, but then seeing how to fit around the bill. Maybe something else I would say just attached to that is learning how not to pinch the coins, or better yet, don't do the dimes and nickels. And the whole idea is, you know, let's say Mugambi goes on a date with somebody, and so, you know, he'd just be like, hey, I paid 350 shillings today, so the other person now is supposed to pay another 350, so they go matching each other. So you don't want that kind of thing, you know, in the whole idea of equality and all, because it may just cause some sort of strain in the relationship. So on paying the bills, I think you want to have that open discussion, something that is fair for both parties involved, and so let it not be something strenuous just because of the perceived male roles in the society.
Or even wanting to impress the lady.
Or wanting to, but
And we do
I would
that
say
a
that's
lot.
a difficult point to handle.
First impression. First impression
Yeah.
is
What if the
important.
guy, because now you said like different roles and stuff. So
Yeah.
what if maybe the guy is trying to impress you?
Yeah.
He's
Exactly.
broke as broke as he can get, or maybe the chick is as broke as he can get.
Yeah.
But because they don't want to give you the image that they're broke, they want to impress you. So how long before you find out, is it okay for you to say, okay, fine, it was fine for you to pretend, I understand you're trying to impress, but it's fine. But if they continue doing this for like say 4 or 5 months, is that okay?
I think it's actually real to be real. It's important to be real.
Be
in
real.
the sense that, in the same point I discussed earlier on, like, you just have fun, flow with the
Yeah.
situation you are in.
Creativity.
If it's a picnic in Buru Park, go for it.
Yeah.
If it's a movie in the house, go for it. Also learn to understand each other, communicate so that we understand each other in the sense that I'm not trying to impress and somebody's not waiting to be impressed.
Yeah, but I would also say, as a partner in that relationship, like, just have a clear picture about where finances are. If this other partner in the relationship doesn't have cash, is that a permanent situation, or are they doing something about it? Because it could be that they're temporarily broke because maybe they're paying out a mortgage or something like that, and so you kind of have an idea for the next 3 months, the next
gonna be
5
like
months,
this.
we're pinching the
very
coins, but then after that we'll have a bit more freedom, and so you're even working towards the financial goals that we talked about, like where are you heading? So you're working towards that together. But then if this person just looks like they have no head or tail, so you know, that's a deal. It can be a deal breaker, because the question would be, okay, now we are in a relationship, so how about when we transition into marriage? Is this how we're going to be? You know, is this what I need to now settle in for? So I think you just want to be careful. Where are we heading with this?
Plus,
Where,
there's a good example that is used online a lot, sending fare.
Yeah.
Ati ulitumiwa fare ukakula. So now, as in, I'm like, okay, if maybe the guy initiates that date and you're in a different town. Okay, you send the lady money, the lady eats the money for some reason.
And she doesn't come for the
date. That part, of course, I blame those women. But again, let men not look at it as a competition. Oh, you are also working, you also need to do blah blah blah. Like, we went on this date, I paid last time, you paid this time. Let it flow. If the lady wants to pay this time, let her pay. If, let's say, the guy wants to be paying once in a while, chip in, pay also. But let it not be like we are fighting. Like, you pay, I paid last time. Let it not be like a competition. We're not fighting.
And also, you're bringing in a good point about essential habits. I know now we are almost moving beyond 5 points. But anyway, the whole idea of gifts within relationships, financial gifts within relationships, because you have sent me money, and I believe you've done that not under duress, but you thought, hey, I think Esther needs money to be able to get into a taxi or to get a matatu from where she is to come to where I am, so let me send her some cash. So does that mean that now I'll begin to demand either for her to return the money to me or ask her to pay for me to go to her next time? You know, that really brings in another dynamic into the relationship. So that's not the direction we're asking for. I'd say that you need to love one another even in your financial finances.
Yeah.
Date one another, not just dating because of materialism, but just don't become materialistic. I'd say do it out of love, like just genuineness,
Yeah.
openness, trust. I believe these are some of the things we want to think about.
That's why I think it's really good to have a good attitude towards money.
Yeah.
Because, for example, like if money is basically not a means to the end, you know, it's not about saying now because like they said you sent me the money, so if you don't send me money next time, we don't love each other, or we paid 350, so I'm not paying 350 next time, we don't love you. You know, it's not about me, you competition. It's about you serving the other person. So have a good attitude, and basically a good means to the end is not the goal.
Yeah.
And then also it's like a tool of empowerment, which basically means that nowadays I've seen a lot of people, even my cousins, they've dated for maybe a year or so, but they'll come, join together, open a bank account, you know, save together, so that, you know, you're able to do stuff together. Either you say we'll be doing dates together, we'll be doing trips together. So it's about empowering each other with money. It's not about making one person feel I'm better than you, whether or not you earn more than this person. So basically, I think it's good for each couple to set their goals and basically have a good attitude towards it.
I think to add on Makena's point, it's all about talking about money and removing emotions from it. Remove emotions. Don't blackmail each other. But, you know, you're crying. Did you what? You're bringing emotions because now the money topic has come up. You're blackmailing the other person, then you send money or something like that. Just remove emotions when it's a serious topic for money.
Actually, you don't want to look at money as a source of fulfillment or of happiness in a relationship. So definitely remove the emotions, be more objective, and seek to help one another in the relationship financially. Great. So our conclusion on this is it is more blessed to give than to receive, and that's what scripture says as well. So have a giving heart, be more giving than always looking to receive in the context of healthy dating relationships. So if you have more, if you have more essential tips for people in healthy dating relationships, please
remember to give a comment down below.
Sure.
Like and share.
Kindly subscribe.
Hit that notification button.
Bye.